Do you want to know how to make pickles that sound like this when you eat them? Oh my God. Hi everyone, Tessa here, and today we're going to be making pickles. So, I've got my vinegar. Let's go in and get it done. So, the problem I think most people have when they first start making pickles is that their pickles come out mushy. And I have, trust me, made my fair share of mushy pickles. And I'm here today to show you all the tips and tricks that help me get crunchy, delicious pickles. So let's go. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you start with a pickling kind of cucumber, because there's all kinds of cucumbers, and the pickling type are a lot denser and crunchier to begin with. So if you try to pickle like a slicing cucumber, it's going to come out mushy. Hi, Kevin. Kevin. Hi. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that you pick your cucumbers in the morning before the heat of the day sets into them and while they're still cold and firm and crisp. Then what I do is, well, I actually mix it before I go out to pick, but I mix some salt and dissolve probably like a half a cup for a 5-gallon bucket. It's not exact. Dissolve some salt in some warm water in a bucket, and then top it off with ice and fresh water. And when I pick my cucumbers, I pick them and I drop them straight into the salty ice water. And what you want to do is let them soak in that salt water for anywhere from a couple hours to overnight. I've heard some people do it for a week, but I usually do it anywhere between just a couple hours and overnight. So here's my Boston pickling cucumbers that have been soaking for 24 hours. The next thing that you want to make sure you do is remove the blossom end. That contains enzymes that will cause your pickles to be mushy. You can remove the stem end as well, but you definitely want to make sure you remove the blossom end. So what I am doing is any that are nice and straight like this, I cut into spears. Any that are curved like this one, it's not going to make a good spear, so I turn those into chips. And then any that are little like this, I leave them whole. That's just what I do. So we are getting to the end of pickle canning season here. It is early October and the plants are definitely starting to slow down, starting to senesce, and this is going to be one of the last batches of pickles. I'll probably still get one or two more, but I'm really happy with how many pickles I was able to can this year. I feel like I finally got enough. I've done a little over 80 quarts of dill pickles, and then also a few dozen bread and butter pickles, and then I've fermented some pickles, and yeah, so, and that might sound like a lot of pickles, like an excessive amount of pickles, but if you think about it, for the year, 52 weeks in a year, and if you're eating 2 jars a week, then that's still not enough. And then you inevitably give some away and share some with people and stuff. So, yeah, so I'm pretty stoked with how many pickles I got this year. Okay, got all my spears and holes cut up, and all those holes have the blossom end all removed, and then some chips. So now, next job is peeling Okay, garlic is peeled. Next, we need to make our brine. Okay, so for our brine, we're gonna need 6 cups of water, 6 cups of just regular white vinegar. You could also use apple cider vinegar, whatever. 6 cups of vinegar, 1 cup of lemon juice, then we need half a cup of salt, then we need about a tablespoon of pickling spice. And I like to put it in a spice bag and then just boil it in there because I don't like all the little seeds in my mouth. Okay, so jars are boiled and sterilized. The brine is nice and hot. So now we can start, ready, we can start to pack our jars. So this is the next tip that I have for you guys for crisp pickles is grape leaves. So any kind of tannin that you can get into your pickles will help keep them crisp. They won't make a mushy pickle crisper. So you can only keep them as crisp as they already are. So we're gonna pack a bunch of these grape leaves down in the bottom. And I used to just do a couple grape leaves like on the side. And now I like just pack them down in there. And that seems to make a really good, big difference. Okay, so just really get those smushed down in there. Okay, then we're gonna add a couple of bay leaves, which also have tannins in them. So, and fun fact, bay leaves are just pepperwood leaves. So if you live anywhere where there's pepperwood trees, just go out and harvest nice leaves and dehydrate them, and you have your own bay leaves, and you never have to buy bay leaves again. Garlic. This is some hardneck that I grew this year. And I try to go through the hardneck first because it doesn't store as long as the soft neck. And then we're gonna start packing our cucumbers in there. So I tend to start with spears and then just pack as many as I can get. And then I kind of fill in any cracks with the whole, the little ones. And then I top the top off with the chips. So let's get these jars packed. Okay, so we have our jars packed. I'm gonna have to put the rest of that in some pints, but so now I forgot the dill. Whatever, we're gonna call them lemon pickles, I guess. Whatever. So the next step, I add a little bit of this pickle crisp stuff. So I add a 1/4 teaspoon per quart. Who makes dill pickles without the dill? Whoops. We are going to top everything off with our brine. It has been simmering over here with the spice bag. So let's get those all filled up. Seriously contemplating whether I should go get some dill. It'll be all right. I have some. It's right there. It's growing. It tastes fine without that, too. Be all right. Okay, so our brine in there. I wiped the rims, put a lid on. We get these lids in bulk from Lehman's. They work really good. So we're gonna get these into, we're just gonna water bath them. And so here's another secret of crunchy dill pickles. Heat is the enemy. So the more heat you apply, the mushier they're gonna be. So what I do, you do whatever you want. What I do is I just bring it up to temperature, or bring it to a boil, shut it right off, pull them out. And I find that they seal, they stay good. If a jar of pickles goes bad, you're gonna know it because it's going to start growing stuff in there and pop unsealed because it's gonna start forming gases and come undone and be gross and obviously spoiled. That's another reason to not store your jars with the rings on. Because if it does spoil, you want to know it. And so yeah, I just bring it up to a boil and then cut it off and pull them right out. And that is one of the biggest effects that I've had on getting my pickles crunchy and crisp. If you boil them for 10 minutes, they're going to be mush. That's just facts. Okay, I have some more cucumbers left that I still need to do. So I got dill. Who makes dill pickles without dill? Fail. Anyway. For the pickle crisp, for the pints, I just do 1/8 of a teaspoon. So 1/4 teaspoon for quarts, 1/8 of a teaspoon for pints. Okay, so we have just come up to a boil, so we're going to turn it off and pull them right on out. Oh my gosh, they look delicious. And then the pints are ready to go back in, and then I also have the extra brine. I made too much, so I was going to can that too, and then next time I make pickles, I'll use that brine. Okay, and our pints came up to a boil, so we're going to pull those out too. And then we're just going to wait for the pings, and I'll be back with an update. All right, guys, so that is a wrap. We did 7 quarts and 4 pints of pickles. Look at them. Oh my gosh, these things are so good too. I took some to I have a friend who runs a little lunch restaurant and she makes her own pickles for the restaurant. And I brought her my canned pickles, and no joke, she told me that they were the best pickles that she'd ever had. And she's a really good pickle maker. So that's what I do. I like my pickles. I eat a lot of them. So you do what you want in your kitchen, but that's what works for me. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.